Okay, go ahead and come back to us. Finish up what you're doing and go ahead and come back to us. Entered into the mystery. Hopefully, spend some time entering into the mystery of Christ and what it means for your life and where you fit into that. Hopefully, that's what you spend your time doing. The song that I just sang is by Jennifer Knapp. It's called Martyrs and Thieves. If you ever want to hear it again, Spotify does have it. But there's a line in there. I am not afraid to let your light shine bright in my life. And we typically think of light, letting our light shine as something really cutesy and sweet, and this little light of mine, right? But the Beatitudes, if we are living that life, the life of the Beatitudes, that is the light that we need to be letting shine. It's really easy to say, oh, I'm smiling, I'm making people happy, I'm greeting them. I'm that way. I annoy people, I'm so perky. And that there is something to be said for that. But if I am as perky as can be, but on the inside, I'm a grouch, what kind of light is that? It's a sham. It's a reflector or something. I don't know. But it's not real. It's not a light. So, right after the Beatitudes, Jesus is really clear. And he says, I want you to be salt and I want you to be light. I want you to be a city on a hill. It's what I want you to do. It's what he wants us to do. Now that we've talked about the Beatitudes, we can all do it, right? You guys can go home. You're ready. The point is that this lamp, right now, I can see the light. You can see the light, right? It's hot. Can you see it a little better? When am I wiping away? Well, in reality, I'm wiping away dry erase marker. But in my symbolic world that I've created all by myself up here, I'm wiping away sin. We are really familiar with using the Ten Commandments as our guide for sin. And that is very important. And actually coming up here, and actually part of the reading that we're going to hear today at Mass, Jesus is very clear. That law is super important. But that law is really, hey, are you stealing? Are you killing? Are you doing these things? We shouldn't be doing those things. But my guess is that if you're Christian, you're not doing those things. You're not. You're not stealing. You're not killing. You might be jealous. You might be coveting things. Okay, you need to work on that. I need to work on that. We all do. Okay. The Beatitudes. So Jesus said, I did not come to say that the Ten Commandments are... No, I came to fulfill the law. And I'm going to fulfill this law by living the Beatitudes, by living this way. The Beatitudes are about your heart, about changing your heart. The Ten Commandments are about your behavior, and is your behavior in check? And they are both super duper important. But let's be honest, you can have really good behavior, but not really mean it in here. Okay? So the Beatitudes are about changing your heart. Well, let me tell you what. If you are going to be salt and light, your glass has to be clear. If you are going to go out and serve the world and do the works of mercy, you got to do it with a lantern that is clean. It's a lot prettier when it's clean. I couldn't see the reflection of the I couldn't see the reflection of the flame before. I can now. I don't know about you guys, but I was very curious what was going to happen whenever I lit it up, and so. So, justice. We spent the last 45 minutes talking about morality and the decisions that we make and how we live them in our heart and how we live that life in our heart. That's morality. People like to dumb it down to, are you having sex outside of marriage? Are you killing people? Are you having abortions? Are you in a same-sex relationship? They like to bring it to that level because those are really concrete things. But the reality is, it's not so super-duper concrete. It's your heart. It's living as Jesus did. And it's about a conversion of heart. Okay, so if my lamp is clean, then I am prepared to have fruitful relationships. My relationships, if my lamp is clean, are going to be much more enjoyable, fruitful, meaning they bring about love, gentleness, kindness. I want you to get your 15 service hours, or 12, or 14, or however many it was. 12, right? 12, 24, sorry. 24. I want you to get your 24 service hours because it's important to serve. It is important to serve people. But have you ever tried to carry too many things in your hands? You drop things, you bump into things, you hurt yourself, you might curse. Right? Well, when our hands are full of the things that we do to muddy relationships, let's think. Gossiping. Mean faces. My 6-year-old is getting really good at that. Try not to laugh. But the mean faces, rolling your eyes, talking back, screaming, being manipulative to get what you want. When our hands are full of those things, is it easy to use our hands to make other people's life a little bit more enjoyable? So we've got to put those things down. We've got to get rid of them. We got to get rid of them all the time, right? Because we're human and we keep making the mistakes over and over again. That's why we need to be going to reconciliation like once a month at least. And we need to be going. You need to take this list with you. I usually plan my reconciliations 2 weeks in advance because it's going to take me that long to figure out what I need to say. And I usually get out something like this. And it's not something I can usually do in a day. I'm going to ask you to do it in an hour today. But it's usually something that I really have to prepare my heart for and search my heart. And I have gotten to where my rule is, I'm only going to confess 2 things today. I'm not going to come in with my laundry list. I'm going to confess 2 things that I'm really working on, that I see in my life, that are hindering my relationship with God and my relationship with other people. 2. Maybe it's one thing. I'm having a really hard time right now with listening to and seeing my parents in a compassionate way and honoring them with compassion. I still confess that because my mother is asking for sometimes. One thing. And then I can work on that one thing. Okay? So I'm just giving advice for how to go to reconciliation. You might have it down pat, I don't know. So, the point is that I want you to live a life of justice. Jesus wants you to live a life of justice. Who the heck cares what I want? And you need to do that. It's much easier to do that and have fruitful relationships if you are in a place where your lamp on a hill, city on a hill, is on a hill and doesn't have dry erase marker coloring all of its big window panes. If we are really going to be flavorful, spicing things up. That's what I like. I like the idea of salt, because remember how I said about if we are living this way, it's going to make people uncomfortable? Have you ever had something spicy that you kind of like, but it's a little uncomfortable because it's a little spicy? That's what I think of as salt. That spiciness that's a little uncomfortable, but I like it. That's what we're called to be. Okay? Okay. So, we are going to look at our hands for a minute. I just want you to look at them. Get your hands out ready. I'm going to ask you to stand, so you're going to need to put your things under your chair or something. We're going to read a prayer. If you are here with a parent, or a brother, or a sister, or a sponsor, you're going to stand up, and mom or dad, or whoever is here, is going to hold the hands of their child in their hands. Sorry, you'll be fine. All right? And if you are here and you need to do it like in 3s or 4s, you can just hold hands. But the point of this is to be looking at hands. And moms and dads, this is, I want you to be thinking about your confirmation as well, okay? We offer this prayer for our children. Christ has no body but yours. No hands, no feet on earth but yours. Yours are the eyes with which he looks compassion into this world. Yours are the feet with which he walks to do good. Yours are the hands with which he blesses all the world. Yours are the hands. Yours are the feet. Yours are the eyes. You are his body. Christ has no body now but yours. No hands, no feet on earth but yours. Yours are the eyes with which he looks compassion into the world. Christ has no body now on earth but yours. We're going to sing one more song. You can up to do the reflection, and then you can continue your the examination of conscience if you weren't done with that. And then hopefully very soon, within the next 2 minutes, we will have 3 priests. We will have one here. We will have one in the sacristy. Where else, Deacon? One in here?
Here, one sacristy, and we may end up dividing this room in half. Have one in each door.
Okay, so we'll divide that room. So there'll be 2 here, 1 here. The last thing I want to say, I hate like breaking the moment to give you an announcement, but the paperwork for your sponsor is due April 6th. The reason why we give it to you now is because your sponsor does have to have information from their church stating that they are an active Catholic. So churches are very, very familiar with doing that. However, it does need to be done, so we're giving you ample time to do that. Okay? So if you haven't picked your sponsor, do it now. Okay? Okay, so the next song I'm going to sing is called Hands. Go figure. And there's a line in it that says, it's the very first line, if I could tell the world just one thing, it would be that we're all okay and not to worry, because worry is wasteful and useless. We are living the Beatitudes, and we are doing our best to be salt and light in this world. Worry is wasteful and useless. Remember that army of faith that we talked about in the verse song? We are an army of faith if we are living the Beatitudes. And if we all lived it, just imagine what our world would be like if every single Catholic, there's like 2 million of them just in the United States. Imagine how wonderful the United States would be